You might have heard that you only use 10% of the capacity of your brain. It's actually not true. You're not. You're at any point in time using almost all of the capacity that your brain has. You might have heard that there's a left and a right brain that function completely separately and differently. Well, yes, there are people that are more talented in certain things than others. It has absolutely nothing, but literally nothing to do with the hemisphere of your brain. You might have been told once that you have a certain channel through which you learn better. Some people might be visual learners, others might be auditory learners. The truth is, you actually use as many channels as you can, delivering a congruent message. Or you might have heard that there are certain windows of learning, who, when they are closed, have no chance to be reopened again. All of those are neuromyths, statements that have been made based on early neuroscience results that found their way somehow into our learning programs, but are not substantiated by any scientific facts. There are certain windows of learning, but they are strictly confined to a couple of abilities. If you have not learned any language, or you have not been exposed to proper light via a proper lens, you will not be able to relearn these abilities as you grow older. But for the rest, we can say there's neuroplasticity. So at every point in your life, you are actually able to learn, refine, or to add new capabilities to your set of existing functions. So number one, you can learn. But number two, it matters how mindful you are about it. Mindfulness, meditation, actually significantly improve your readiness to take in new knowledge. So mindfulness matters, but also the mindset matters. When you tell a group of Asian women before a math exam that they are Asian, they will perform average or even better. If you remind them right before the exam that they're actually girls, you'll find a very different outcome of average or lower performance. So we need to find out what those stereotype threats are that make us conscious about the way that the world sees us, the way that we see ourselves, and might then lead to better or worse performance afterwards. On the other hand, there's something called a growth mindset. The belief that you can learn whatever life puts in front of you. If college students get told that they can actually use their brain as a muscle and train it and learn, their exam outcomes just go skyrocket high. There were experiments done on the brain with London cab drivers, who literally have the functional area of their brain enlarged, where the visual blueprint of the London map is. Interestingly enough, when they retire, this area of the brain grows smaller again. This is how plastic your brain is, and if you practice and practice and repeat, you will be able to literally grow and instill the function that you would like to be there. Attention is highly relevant for learning. The big mistake that's often being made is that we allow people to multitask. If you do multiple things, when you're at a BlackBerry, when you're listening to someone, your attention will switch. You're not able to hold the right amount of attention required to capture the learning. So multitasking needs to be avoided as much as literally possible in any of these learning setups. The other thing is about the desire to learn. So if you instill in people the desire to learn, if you explain to them why it is relevant that they need to learn, and you're able to create an environment in which they actually enjoy learning, this will boost the outcomes significantly. When someone learns and gets feedback, positive feedback along the way, the learning journey accelerates. So the next time you see a course that speaks about the idle space in your brain that you can occupy, the left and the right brain, or the windows that you need to overcome, you should absolutely shy away. Only 7% of all CEOs are actually happy and satisfied with the outcome of their investment into leadership development. It's not surprising, because a lot of those leadership development programs don't take into consideration the latest knowledge of neurosciences. Or even worse, they are built on what we call neuromyths. It is very important to take into consideration what is really true and really matters. i.e., we talked about mindfulness exercises, we talked about the growth mindsets with which you go into a learning journey, we talked about emotional connotations, the importance of feedback, we talked about the practice and applying your learning, and the fact that you can learn if you believe you can learn and you have the desire to do so.